a quick reminder for me and you. A dayouth is a man who lets his wife sleep with other men. That's where the hadith stops at. A dayouth is a cuckold.
Okay, so this brother is making this video, just for context, to justify posting his wife on social media because other people are calling him a dayouth for doing so. So he's stating that the Prophet ﷺ said that the dayouth is the one who allows his woman to sleep with other men and there's no problem with that. Okay, brother, for argument's sake, I'm gonna go with your argument, and it may be right. This may be the only definition of it. I don't know. I'm not gonna go into details. But where does it say in the Quran and Sunnah that it's okay to display your wife for other men to look at her? Okay, let's just say you're not a dayouth, kada, barakallahu feek, may Allah Jalla ala preserve your family. Where does it say in the Quran and Sunnah that it's okay for women to post themselves on social media? Where does it say that it is okay for a man to display his wife? Doesn't diyatha, to begin with, start with a man being okay with his wife his wife being looked at by strangers? Otherwise, if nobody can have visual access to your wife, how are they gonna commit zina waliyadu billah? And by being okay with other men looking at your wife, this is one step closer towards diyatha than brothers who are completely not okay with it and would rather be lashed than a strange man look at their woman and gaze at them and fantasize about them waliyadu billah. Because this is what's happening, whether we like it or not, when you place your woman like that for public display. Just like you were attracted to her in a certain way, that is permissible for you because she's your wife, there are gonna be other men who are also attracted to her in that way. Barakallahu feek.
Alright? It doesn't mention the ghira, it doesn't mention the wife's face or anything like that.
Okay, akhi, let's just say it doesn't mention ghayra, it doesn't mention the wife's face. The real question is, why don't you have ghayra? And why are you okay with other men staring at your wife's face? Any man in the world, he finds his wife beautiful. And he has certain inclination towards her because she's his wife. And it's completely halal for him. It's permissible for him. But why are you okay with other men having that same inclination towards your wife? And it is present whether you like it or not with many men who do not fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Akhi, you think everyone is righteous like you on social media? You may be a righteous brother for all I know. Inshallah. But does everyone have that mentality, carry that mentality of social media? I think you know the answer for that. We live in a sick world. Plus you said that diyat has nothing to do with ghayra. And this is you acknowledging, and a direct acknowledgement from yourself, barakallah feek, that posting one's wife on social media, okay, it may not be diyatha, but it also comes from a lack of ghayra, because you mentioned ghayra yourself, which indicates that you acknowledge that posting your wife is a lack of ghayra. Why don't you have ghayra, akhi? Barakallah feek. You gotta ask yourself that question. You gotta have ghayra on your wife. We as men have qiwama. We have like leadership over women, and we must take every means to protect them. And the Sharia comes with the principle of sadd al-dhari'a, blocking evil from the very beginning. And the start of every haram action of fornication or adultery, it starts with a gaze, and then the gaze follows a few words, and then a few words follow action. Now, inshallah, bi'idhnillah jalla wa ala, your wife, our sister in Islam, is an honorable woman, and she would never ever think even about contacting strange men. But by posting her on social media, number one, you're giving others visual access to her, and by even placing an Instagram account, you're giving men the ability to contact her privately. And once shaitan plays around, we are all once we do that, we are in easy prey for shaitan. Any strange man can comfortably contact your wife. He knows how she looks, he has her contact details, and shaitan, he runs in a person's blood. So how do you guarantee that men aren't gonna be fantasizing about her? I'm sorry for using this term. And second of all, contacting her privately while knowing how she looks like. Are you comfortable with that? I'm sure you're not. Why then you do post her?
Alright, and if you are online telling women to stop posting online, then you should tell all the shuyukh and all the scholars who post online to stop posting online too. Because women are looking at them. And women are watching the full video of these men, of these scholars who are giving da'wah online. They're looking at them. And some of these women are calling these scholars handsome. So you should tell the scholars like you tell the women to stop posting online, if you want to be that righteous.
Okay, now this is a big big logical fallacy. It's like saying, listen bro, hear me out. diesel engine oil looks like cooking oil. So let's just drink diesel engine oil. Why not, bruh? Why not use cooking oil, canola oil or something, on your cars? Oil is oil, isn't it? All looks the same. It's like you saying that. It's like saying, bruh, like apples are red and blood is red. Why not drink blood, bruh? Let's just drink blood. You see where I'm coming from? You're not making sense, ya akhi. You're not making sense. And okay, women looking at mashayikh in a certain way of attraction, it's wrong, okay? And women are also required to lower their gaze. All right? But two wrongs don't justify a right. Some women doing that doesn't justify you posting your wife on social media, because the two have literally nothing to do with one another. One is a religious necessity, and the works and the job of prophets and messengers, and the scholars are doing this role and fulfilling it and disseminating the message of Islam. And another is vanity and degeneracy, aka women posting themselves also on social media, let alone their own men posting them, which is far worse, because men should be protective over their women folk naturally. You cannot be comparing apples to engine oils, all right? You cannot be protecting one of the most noble jobs on the face of the earth to one of the most degenerate things on the face of the earth, which is women attention seeking online and men posting their wives on social media. And forgive me for calling this degenerate, but it is. We don't play around, nor do we beat around the bush when it comes to the deen. And as I mentioned, two wrongs do not justify a right. Two wrongs do not make a right. So you gotta keep that in mind as well.
May Allah guide us and give us the proper understanding of this deen.
Ameen. Jazakallah khairan. And lastly, the whole purpose of the hijab is to conceal a woman's beauty. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for even extra protection, commanded the women to stay in their households, except for necessities. And if they go out, then they wear the full hijab. And that includes the main source of beauty in a woman, which is her face. When you post your woman on social media, irrespective of the term dayouth, irrespective of everything else, you are opposing and sinning against divine revelation from Allah. Hijab isn't just a headscarf. It is honoring a woman and protecting her from all doors to evil. Our women are sacred. Our women are precious. They're not easy access. Just saying. They're not public commodities, nor are they marketing strategies like the kuffar use their women. I was in business in university, and in the marketing class, shamelessly, they use something called sex appeal, which is using women in order to scale one's brands, essentially making your women folk a marketing tactic, and they shamelessly admit that. Do you want to be like that? What you're doing here essentially is, okay, since I'm not the youth, and inshallah you're not, then khalas, I can do any other sin. I can justify any other sin by posting my wife on social media, by allowing her to commit tabarruj, by whatever. You justifying, it's like saying, listen, I don't drink alcohol, so I can listen to music and I can speak with non-mahram women. Like, this is what you're doing. Okay, I'm not at the youth, so I can post my wife on social media and I can display her beauty and I can allow her to commit tabarruj. Same thing.